Welcome back, everyone, and today we are making stuffed salmon. Stay tuned. Alrighty, guys, so this is the stuffed salmon recipe that I posted up on my TikTok and also on my Instagram, and they did get a good amount of views. So I did want to share this video with you guys. So if you're not following me on my social media, I'll put it in the link. Alright, so we're going to get started on our shrimp. We're just going to have them thaw now, and we're going to peel and devein them and put them to the side. Once that's done, we're going to start off with our salmon. I have 4 pieces of salmon here, washed clean, they're fresh. What we're going to be doing, we're going to be pat drying our salmon. We do not want any excess water on them. And then we're going to just be starting our seasoning. So I have a little bit of mix up season. If you know what mix up is, you just know. Comment down below if you know what that is. But I just have a little mix up of seasonings here. We have garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, Cajun seasoning, and I have a secret ingredient that brings out the smoke flavor. So what we're going to do, we're going to sprinkle that all over the salmon. We're going to make sure that every part of the salmon is covered, the top, the bottom, side. Just get it all in. And what I'm gonna do now, I'm just gonna rub it all in just to make sure that everywhere is touched. The whole salmon is just getting some love. Now that our salmon is seasoned, I'm gonna place it on a tray. Spread them apart, and at this point you want to preheat your oven. So now we're going to move on to the making of our crab cake. I'm going to use 1 egg here. You can use 2 eggs. And then we're going to add in our mayonnaise. Now guys, I am not using any measurements. I'm just winging it. I'm just eyeballing it right now until the ancestors say stop, my child. That's what's going on right now. This was actually my first time making this too, so I really got inspired and I was just winging this. So as you can see, I'm adding in a couple of spoonful of mayonnaise, and then I'm gonna go ahead and add in a teaspoon of lime juice, just a little bit. You don't need too much. And then once that's done, we're going to add in now some spicy brown mustard. You can add in Dijon mustard. These are kind of similar, but this is what I had, and I wanted a little kick to my crab cake. For the whole thing, I wanted a little kick. So you're going to add in a couple of teaspoons of this spicy brown mustard or Dijon mustard. And like I said, guys, I'm eyeballing everything. So it depends on how much you want. If you want a lot of spice in it, you can add in a lot. If you don't, it's up to you. So we're going to be adding our Cajun seasoning in. We're going to be adding in some garlic powder and onion powder. That's all I'm going to be adding in. Whatever you want your crab cake to taste like, that's what you're going to add in. So if you want to put in some pepper flakes, you can do that. You can put an Old Bay seasoning, whatever floats your boat, you can put that in for your crab cake. Now we're going to be adding in some crab meat, and I'm using the claw meat. If you want to use the lump meat, that is definitely up to you. The unfortunate thing with the claw crab meat, it does have a lot of shells in it. So what I'm doing now, I'm just using my fork to mash it up a little bit, and also to take out the excess shells that I felt in there. So what we're going to do now, we're going to be combining our mixture and our crab meat. So add your crab meat into a large bowl. And then we're going to be adding our mixture. What I did, I'm going to add in about half of the mixture in first, and then stir it all in, and then if I need more, I'm going to add in the rest. So stir that in, and while I'm whisking this in, I'm using the whisk to actually mash the meat in a little bit more to help me break down the meat. It was very helpful too. All right, and then you're gonna be adding in some plain breadcrumbs. I actually use some Italian breadcrumbs. That's what I had, so that's what I used. And actually, you really don't taste it, but you wanna use some plain breadcrumbs so you don't want to throw off the crab cake flavoring. And the breadcrumbs is very helpful in this. It helps bonding the crab meat together. Mine was a little bit loose, and if your crab meat was just a little bit loose, a little wet, this is where the breadcrumbs come into play. I don't know if that makes any sense, but once you see that it gets a little firm, starts to get a little firm, you can start adding the breadcrumbs. If it's too wet, then you know it's too wet. All right, once your crab cake mixture is done, we're gonna add it on top of our salmon. And I'm using a spoon, and I'm actually using my hands again. I want to use my hands just to form a little dome. And you don't want to put too much crab meat on there, so we're just gonna take like 2 spoonfuls of the crab meat and place it on top. And we're gonna do it for each of our salmon. As you can see, I'm using my hands again to form that little dome on top. And then we're going to be adding on our shrimp. You're going to be adding on 2 to 3 shrimp on top of your crab meat. And then we're going to be adding our seasoning. So we didn't forget about the shrimp. We are going to season them. I'm going back with my Tony's Cajun seasoning, spicy seasoning. I'm telling you, I put that on everything. So we're going to be just putting that seasoning, our shrimp with this seasoning. Even though our crab meat is seasoned, we're just going to be putting a little bit on the top of the crab meat. I have a garlic sauce here. It's just melted butter with garlic seasoning and parsley. If you want to be so brave and put Cajun and seasoning in there, you can. And just put it across each shrimp. And what this does, it helps to make those flavors just be juicy. Like butter is just, I don't know how people do not eat butter. It is just good. It's that extra fat that you need in your life, and it's gonna just, yeah, man. But yeah, the butter really helps let the flavors soak in, and that's where it comes in handy. I'm telling you, especially with the shrimp, the garlic sauce definitely helped with the flavors to soak into the shrimp. It was really good. So don't worry, guys, we are not over seasoning. We are just making sure that we have all the flavors, and the flavors are just gonna be pop out when we're gonna take a bite into this. This is what it actually looks like before we pop it into the oven. I end up going back and garnishing each salmon with some dry parsley. Whatever you want to put on top, you can. You can also, I went back and I put a little bit more of the seasoning on top of the shrimp and the crab meat. Alright, and this is what it looks like. Unfortunately, I did not have a video of what this looked like at the end. I just have a little pictures because I was hungry, guys. I was really hungry. But give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below what else you guys want to see. This is the picture from our hibachi night that my husband and I had. If you want to use the garlic butter sauce, if you want on the side, you can. You can use some teriyaki sauce on the side with the rice, whatever other recipes you guys want me to do. Make sure you comment down below. Make sure that you're subscribed to see the new updates and videos, and follow me on all my social media platforms. Thank you for watching.